So you spend dozens of hours writing an amazing blog post, but no one's reading it. Now, this is a big problem, especially if you're an affiliate marketer, because no one's reading your blog post and clicking on your links. Now, there could be dozens of reasons for this, and some of them are out of your control. But the good news is there is one thing that you can do that's within your control, and that is on-page SEO. So if you don't know what SEO is, I put together a video that you can go check out, and it talks about what SEO is and how it works. But really briefly, on-page SEO is the strategies that you can implement on your article that'll help it rank higher in the Google search results. So why is this important? Well, well-optimized pages, well-optimized articles using on-page SEO over time will rank higher in the Google search results. And unless you're paying for ads to be on that top position, or if you're not using SEO, then people won't be able to find your articles. And in this video, I'm going to give you 19 on-page SEO strategies that you can implement today so you can dominate the search results. So let's get going. So on-page SEO can be broken down into 3 different categories. And the first category is your post relevant? So when someone goes to Google and searches for a question they have that they want an answer to, does your page or your post have that targeted answer with targeted keywords that provides value to that person and answers the question to the person that is asking Google that question? Category number 2 is your page, your post, crawlable? Which means, can Google go in, send its little spiders, and know what your page is all about? Category number 3 is your post engaging? Google wants to see people spend a lot of time on your posts and on your websites. So is someone going to your post, reading a little bit, and then clicking off and getting out of there? Or are they reading the whole thing and then maybe clicking on other posts within your website? So those are really the 3 different categories for a well-optimized site, well-optimized page. And now we're going to go through the 19 different tips within each category. All right, so the first category we're going to talk about is relevance. Now remember, we want to show Google that our blog post is going to answer the question that people are asking. So for instance, let's use the example, if someone were to go into Google and type in, what is affiliate marketing? We want to have a post that answers that question. So that gets into tip number 1, is optimizing your URL. So if I have a post that answers the question, what is affiliate marketing? I want to make sure that I have that keyword, what is affiliate marketing, within my URL. So for instance, my URL will look like www.mywebsite.com/what is affiliate marketing. This just tells Google what my post is about. So a good URL should be less than 255 characters and use hyphens to separate the different parts. So for example, our URL should look like this. An example of a bad URL might look like this. Or it might look like this. So you can tell the difference between the good URL and the bad one. The first one clearly tells Google what our post is about, and the other 2 look like gibberish. So that is URLs, and hopefully that makes sense. Tip number 2 is to put your keyword in the title of your article. And ideally it should be at the beginning of your article, because you want Google to know what your article is all about. So we're going to put into our title here, what is affiliate marketing - a beginner's guide. Now I'm using a plugin called Rank Math SEO, and I'll leave a link down below for a video I put together that shows you how to use this free plugin. All right, tip number 3 is to use header tags. Now a page needs to be properly formatted so Google can quickly identify the relevance, the content, and the structure of your page, and header tags helps you do this. Now header tags are those H1, H2, H3, etc. tags that you see when you're creating your blog, and it's really just a universal way of categorizing your content. Now I'm not going to bore you with HTML coding here, just know that H stands for heading and the number represents the importance for that heading. So for instance, H1, this tag should only be used for the title of your web page. And as we already talked about, it should be the focus keyword that you're trying to rank for. Now H2, this is the next level down and should be used to emphasize the relevance of your primary keyword. So as an example, this is a great place to put the synonyms of your keyword. Now H3, H4, these are the next level of the hierarchy and should be used naturally to help organize your content. So here's an example of how we could use header tags for our affiliate marketing article. So H1, we would put in what is affiliate marketing / a beginner's guide. Now H2 could be other things that we want to add. For instance, H2 could be tools you need for affiliate marketing. And then you would write stuff like H3, you could be under the H2 of with the tools. H3 could be, for instance, like a email automation program or ClickFunnels or anything you want to write. Just use the header tags to organize your content so Google knows exactly what your page is about. All right, tip number 4 is keyword use and density. Now, it used to be where you could go and just write your keyword everywhere, and that would help get your content ranked. But you can't do that anymore, and that's called keyword stuffing, and Google will actually mark you down for that. So if you are writing an article about affiliate marketing, for instance, you want to make sure that you have your keyword in the article as many times as naturally makes sense. You don't want to keyword stuff, but you also want to make sure that you have your keyword in there enough times where Google really knows what this article's about. Now, there is no hard and fast rule for this. You just make sure, again, that you're not stuffing and that it also has the article flow naturally. All right, tip number 5 is to use what's called LSI keywords. Now, LSI keywords are other words related to your primary keyword that helps Google know what your website or your blog is about. So for instance, let's say we're writing an article about Harry Potter. Now, would anyone trust your article if it didn't include words like Slytherin, Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, Quidditch, He Who Should Not Be Named, Voldemort, and other Harry Potter related content? Those are examples of LSI keywords. So one of the best ways to find LSI keywords is to use a tool called Keywords Everywhere. And it's a Chrome extension that gives you keywords related to the keyword you typed into Google. So for instance, if I go to Google here and I type in the word Harry Potter, then it also, if on the side here, it shows me all of the other words related to Harry Potter. So for instance, people who also search for Harry Potter search for Slytherin traits, Ravenclaw traits, Harry Potter full movie. These are just suggestions of LSI keywords that you can sprinkle into your content to help Google know what your article is all about and ultimately rank higher in the search results. Tip number 6 is image file names and alt tags. Now, the best way to show you this is by example. So if I hover my mouse over the picture below, you'll see the little description that popped up saying example alt text. This is an alt tag. Now, hopefully your post will be filled with images and other media to make it more interesting, and this media needs to be optimized too. Now, Google can't read the media, but it can read the alt tags associated with the media. So the best practice is to have the name of the file and the alt tags be the same. So for instance, this file could be called example alt text, and the alt tag in this can be called example alt text. Now, the first image on your page should be your target keyword. So whatever image you have as the first image should be the keyword you are trying to rank for. So in our example, our alt tag for the image will be, what is affiliate marketing? Tip number 7 is to have outbound links. Now, this is an easy one. Google likes to see if you're sharing content from other sources that is relevant to your topic. Now, outbound links are useful to expand or elaborate upon a post's content. It can also tell Google what your page is relevant by looking at the outbound links. Now, I would recommend 1 or 2 outbound links to highly authoritative sites. For instance, in my What is Affiliate Marketing post, I might link to another article that talks about affiliate marketing or maybe talks about a tool used in affiliate marketing. And this will just help Google know a little bit more about what my article is about. Tip number 8 is topic relevance. And what do I mean by this? Okay, let's say I have two different websites. One is all about electronics, every kind of electronic. And website number 2 is about headphones and headphones only. And let's say I want to rank for the keyword best noise canceling headphones. Well, the website that's just about headphones is going to typically rank higher because it's more specific, and Google will know that my article and this whole website is about headphones. Whereas electronics could be about TVs, it could be about clock radios, it could be about iPhones, it could be about anything electronics. So that is site relevance. So let's move on to category number 2, which is to make our posts crawlable. Now, in my SEO video, I talked about how Google and other search engines send out millions of spiders all over the web, crawling each post, every post that's on the internet, and then categorizing those posts. Now, we can help those spiders know what our post is about by implementing some of these on-page SEO strategies that we'll go through now. So tip number 9 is to add new content. Now, old and outdated content is probably not relevant anymore, so Google really likes when you produce new content. It's really as simple as that. Tip number 10 is to remove duplicate content. Now, confusing Google is never a good idea, and if Google sends its spiders out and it sees duplicate content, it's going to mark you down, and you don't want that. So just remove the duplicate content. Tip number 11 is to use HTTPS rather than just HTTP. Now, you might have noticed some websites start with the HTTP : and some start with HTTPS : Well, the S stands for secure, and Google gives a slight ranking boost for sites that use this HTTPS. And I won't go into the technical aspects of how to do this, so if your site doesn't already have it, contact your web hosting provider or Google how you can add HTTPS to your blog posts. Tip number 12 is to submit your sitemap to Google. And sometimes we need to help Google out by providing them our sitemap. Well, if you don't know what a sitemap is, all it is it's an XML page that contains all of the URLs of the pages we want Google to crawl and index on our website. There are many WordPress plugins that will help you create this XML file, and you could submit this file to your website Search Console. And I'll leave a link down below for Google Search Console. So I use a plugin called Rank Math, and all I need to do is go to Rank Math, Sitemap Settings, and then right here it will have the URL to your sitemap. I would click on this, and then I would just cut and copy these links into your Google Search Console. Now let's move on to category number 3, which is to make our post engaging. Now, what do I mean by this? Google wants to see positive engagement with our posts. Are we keeping people on our page long, reading the whole thing? Are people moving within our website from post to post, or are they just clicking off? So let's talk about the different things we can do to create engaging posts and move to the top of Google search results. So tip number 13 is to make your post mobile friendly. About 49% of all website traffic comes from mobile devices, and Google has taken notice of this. So if your blog post doesn't show up correctly on mobile, if there's overlapping text or things are flowing off the page, or if it's slow, Google is going to rank you down for this. So you have to make sure that all of your posts are mobile friendly. You can also go to Google and they will tell you if your site is mobile friendly. That's how important this is. So here's the link you can go to, and if you put in your URL of your post, it'll tell you if it is mobile friendly. And if it's not, you better get working on fixing the problems. So tip number 14 is to create an awesome meta description. Now, a meta description is a brief description of the page you're about to read. So for instance, here, this is my secret affiliate marketing hacks review. This is my title, and this is my meta description. Now, Google doesn't look at the meta description to determine your rank, but your audience does. Now, what Google does look at is the number of people that are clicking on your site through the search results. And the more you can entice people to click on your website through the search results, the better. So you need to keep your description less than 160 words, and you need to list the benefits of reading your post. You need to have your meta description stand out from the competition. Tip number 15 is to make your posts and your website blazing fast. Now, if it takes your page longer than 5 seconds to load, you're going to lose users and Google is just going to rank you down. It's not going to rank your page. Now, Google has a great tool you can use to test your site speed, and you will want to pay attention to both the mobile speed and the desktop speed. Ideally, you want to keep both under 2 seconds. Here's another great site I use to test my page speeds, and I'll leave a link down below for that as well. Now, if your site is slow, I recommend looking for an expert to help you in this area, and you can find freelancers at Upwork or Fiverr, and you might have to go through a few of them to find the right one, but it'll be well worth the money because Google's really looking at site speed as a ranking factor. Tip number 16 is to have good media. You must make the reader interested in your page and keep them reading your article. Your site should break up long blocks of text with images. However, you don't want to put in random images just for the sake of adding images. They must enhance the user experience. Another method that will help you keep your audience engaged is by embedding YouTube videos above the fold, and this means at the top before someone has to scroll down your page. The video doesn't have to be yours, although it really help you if it is, but it should be relevant to your topic. And good media leads us into tip number 17, which is to keep people on your site. If you can keep people on your site, Google will have evidence that your web page is useful and will push you up the rankings. How can you keep people on your site? Well, number one, you can make it readable. Use short sentences. No one likes to read long, drawn-out sentences with, number two, white space. You want to use white space liberally in your articles. Use teasers. Keep people guessing and want to read more. So for instance, I can say, I'm going to talk about this topic later, and then keep going and then talk about that topic later. You want to keep people reading your article. Vary your text formatting. You can use bullet points, you can use number lists, you can use boldface, you can use italic face, text coloring, etc. to make your content come alive. And then number 5, just keep it simple. Don't make your audience get out a dictionary to read your articles. Short, simple vocabulary does the trick. Tip number 18 is to write 1,000 words or more. Now, according to SERP long-form content will get ranked higher than short-form articles. But keep in mind, you want to write quality content, so don't sacrifice quality to get your word count up. Tip number 19 is to write in your own voice. Nothing is more boring than reading a long, robotic sounding content. You want to write in your own voice. Write as if you're talking to a friend and inviting them into your home, because basically that is what you're doing. You want to develop your own blogging voice that is unique to you. Now, this is going to take time to develop, but it's the best way to grow an audience, an engaging audience that's going to want to come back and read your content because it's unique to you. So those are my 19 on-page SEO tips that you can implement today to start getting ranked higher in Google. Now, leave me a comment down below and let me know which of the 19 tips you are going to implement today. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up as it'll help my channel grow. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing as I'm putting out weekly content that talks about the tools, tips, and strategies that you can use to create an online business, because it just makes sense to have time and financial freedom. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. But there is a good, awesome blog article that provide value to your audience. Does your okay, this all right.